Your new website is now being set up as we speak. So, since this is a course about making a website in about an hour, we got a multitask here. So, as your domain gets registered and your new hosting gets set up, I want you to start thinking about your content management system. So, what are content management systems? Basically, they're the stuff and the software that runs your website and makes it easy for you to actually update your website. So, it's pretty simple to pick one. There's about 5 or 6 options that I would recommend, and they're all about to be shown to you right now. Okay, so WordPress.org is if you want a self-hosted WordPress-powered website, and that's what we're going to be making in this course, because that is far and away the most popular way that you make your own website. But let's say you really don't know how to do web things, like anything I'm talking. You can use WordPress.com instead of WordPress.org. WordPress.com, they host the website for you and they take care of everything for you. All you have to do is start blogging, essentially. It's great for bloggers, and some people use it as like an online portfolio site. But in general, I wouldn't actually recommend it for e-commerce sites or anything like that. You just don't have enough power over your site to really edit it. So you can take a look at some examples of what people are doing on WordPress. So basically, WordPress.com is a community. WordPress.org is the software that will power only your site. So WordPress.com runs off of the WordPress.org software, to be honest. It's called a multi-site. But we're not going to dive too much deeper into that. That probably already confused you. Instead, we're going to talk about some of the other options. So Joomla, with an exclamation at the end, is definitely worth considering because it's one of the most popular options out there. So there's millions of websites that use Joomla, and one of the key features is its ease of use and extensibility. So that makes it one of the go-to ways to really have a pretty robust website. It's great for blogs, e-commerce, and all that stuff. So what do I mean when it's easy to use and extensibility? Well, in terms of ease of use, that's pretty straightforward. It's easy to use. The back end is relatively simple, kind of like WordPress. But in terms of extensibility, it has a lot of plugins. You can check out the extend right here and see that there's lots of developers and a lot of people doing some pretty cool stuff. And you can download all the latest Joomlas right from here. So there's demos and all this stuff, and I would definitely recommend you check it out and do as much research on each site as you want. But Joomla is quite good. So another option is Movable Type. And Movable Type is similar, and it's extensible and free. In fact, all these options are free, to be honest. So it has tons of plugins, and it's a little harder to use, and it's not as robust a community, I would say. But in general, Movable Type has a very solid community with the forums over here, and one of my favorite parts is their documentation, which is very solid and easy to understand. So if you want to learn something new or even just add to your repertoire, then check out Movable Type. Blogger is the Google-powered blog software, basically. There's nothing you can download. All you can do is create new blog sites. So basically, you can go to blogger.com and you can just hit new blog right here and go to title and type in whatever title you want. And then an address can be whatever title dot blog. We'll just type in 42.blogspot.com. So that's what your address will be right here. And you can choose a template. There's kind of a few, not a ton. But if you're looking for something simple just to get your words down onto the digital paper, then Blogger is a great way to go. One click and it'll create the blog. So it's similar to WordPress.com and pretty easy to use. Typepad is pretty fabulous. Basically, there's a free trial. Sorry, I had to swallow a little bit there. There's a free trial, and it's free if you use it for 14 days, basically. But after that, you actually have to pay a monthly account. So while it's pretty robust and easy to use, you really don't need to pay for a CMS at this point. So you can check out Typepad, see what people are doing with it right now. There's definitely some really nice designs, but you really just don't need to pay for it. And sorry to all the Typepad fans out there. And finally, we're going to talk about Drupal, which is probably second or third place in terms of how frequently I see it around. And they use things called modules as well as themes. And so there's a ton of modules right here, which are basically just ways to add things to your Drupal powered site. And there's themes, and they have about 1,800 themes right now, so less than WordPress, but pretty solid amount of themes to pick from. So it's free to download, and you can just go over here and you can download the big green core download right there, and it'll walk you through how to install it and all that good stuff too. So all those sites are pretty similar to WordPress. WordPress.org is the most popular, so we're going to focus on that in this course, because if I did a course about every single one, this would be a 50-hour course. So instead, we're just going to do WordPress, and if you would like to chat with me about other CMSs out there, then by all means do. So first step is basically deciding which one you want to do. So we're going to go with WordPress. And what we're going to do is download it. So you can hit download right here. Download WordPress 3.6. The version number may vary to what you are using if it's a little bit later than when I recorded this. But in general, it'll look something like this. All right, so keep that on your desktop, and I will be back shortly.